So guys, before we start, there's gonna be a few things that you need to check to verify whether somebody is using a legitimate FX book. So obviously, starting with the broker, you need to make sure whether the broker is regulated or not. We are using just FOREX. This one is basically the same level as XM. Secondly, you need to check whether there is two checks, that is track record and trading privileges. Thirdly, you need to check whether there is realistic gains. And then you need to check whether the deposit and withdrawal balance is showing and when was it last updated. Those are the things you need to look for to verify whether somebody is using a legitimate FX book. So the reason I'm showing you guys this account is because of our recent YouTube videos where we are showing you guys that we deposit, we trade, and we withdraw, right? So I'm basically now taking you through the steps on how we get to be able to do that. As you can see here guys, our drawdown is basically 4%. And our initial gain is 45%, which is very impressive for a trader. Many people will show you that they have 110% growth with 60% drawdown. Well, that is basically gambling. So we want to show you guys the importance of actually managing your risk. Forex is all about risk management and probability. Don't rush the growth of your account. We've been trading this particular account for 3 weeks with high risk management. So from my experience guys, Forex takes money from the impatient to the patient. So slow growth is the best expectation you can have if you want to invest with Forex. Some people will tell you that they double an account within a day or two. However, they fail to tell you that that's how fast they lose it as well. The reason I'm sharing this video and I'm seeing it as the most important is because of what we used to do at the beginning. Remember when we shared our story on how we started with Forex trading and how we were able to change our game? Was because when we started guys, we used to win a lot at the beginning and we got to a point where we won 10 trades consecutively and lost everything in one trade. And that's why we saw that whatever we're doing was wrong. So hard work is useless when it's spent learning the wrong things. So we're basically heading in the wrong direction. So that was gambling, and the mistakes that we did cost us a lot. And so I made this video guys to basically learn from our mistakes and the importance of understanding risk management. So to be successful with trading, you need to position yourself in such a way that losses are harmless while profits are multiplied, as you can see. So I want you guys to check out our trading history. We stick to small loss sizing in order to minimize risk, right? As you can see, the biggest loss size we take is 0.10 and we only apply 0.10 when we find a higher probability trading setup. That is when we increase our risk, but it's still a managed risk. So you can go through this specific FX book account. You can find the link in the description below. As you can see, even on the last day, which was the NFP week, we're still remaining within our proper loss sizing. So what I'm trying to show you guys is learning on how to lose, because that's what you need in order to win. You need to learn on how to lose in order to win with Forex, and this can go anywhere. Let me say for example you're in war. You know that you need to lose a few battles in order to win the overall war. As you can see, we took 233 trades and we lost 41 trades and won 192 trades. So for most people, losing 41 trades will basically be losing more than the initial deposit. Hence it's important to know how to lose in order to win. So as you can see, even if you win more than you lose, if you don't manage your risk, you're gonna lose everything. So we made 2 videos guys that go into depth with regards to money management and risk management that can pop up now. So do check them out guys. I recommend that you go through them, take some notes and see if you can learn something from those videos, because we covered money management and risk management in depth. So another thing that I want to show you guys is how we trade our week, right? As you can see, we don't trade as much on Mondays and we don't trade as much on Fridays. We trade mostly Tuesdays to Thursday. Reason is, on Mondays we don't trade a lot because that's where we get to see the overall direction of the market. So that's how we get our setups for the week. As you can see, Tuesdays, that's where we take most of our trades. Wednesdays we reduce a bit and see if the direction changes, and we trade again a lot on Thursday. Friday, that's where we close our trades because we don't want the week to end with us, because we are closing off for that specific week. So this approach is helping us with our strategy. So provided that you learn how to risk, persistence and determination to succeed are also important factors guys. It is highly unlikely that you're going to become a professional trader overnight. Hence, it will be important that you keep on practicing and wait for the development of your trading skills before you think of giving up. So another factor that can help you out with your trading would be the strategy that you use. Be sure that the information that you learn must be in accordance with your own strategy. You can't take in everything. You need to master your strategy in order to suit your trading style. So for example, our strategy is known as the new market strategy, and the approach that we use is more of positional trading and understanding probability. So we both swing and scalp. It is a good method of achieving high profit with low risk. So again guys, go through this specific my Facebook account. I believe there's also something that you can learn that I failed to cover on this specific video, and gain something from this experience. And thanks for watching the video. Hi there everyone, this is FOREX Mentor. So today guys, we're going to cover technical analysis, right? There are technical analysis that is not really too complicated, and a couple of approaches to keep in mind. The rest is basically a matter of getting experience. So what I'm about to share with you guys is where most technical analysts start, and it's one of the effective ways to analyze the market from a charting perspective. So we have three things to keep in mind. Technical analysis is a study of price movement. As the exchange rate changes, we look at how it affects our trading pace over time. So these two factors largely summarize how we get the information to analyze the market. So as we analyze, we look at volume. That is how much trading is going and how the actual quantity of trades as the market moves over time. So these are the three factors you need to keep in mind if you want to start off with technical analysis. So we're going to be looking at technical analysis from a price action perspective. These price action patterns fall into two categories. The first one being continuation patterns. Technical patterns that fall under this category are often at times known as triangles, wedges, and flat tops. So this can basically be in any shape, but it's an example of what you're supposed to look for. So when we look at these patterns, basically we need to be looking at a tightening of price range. This is what we look for as technical analysts. Let's say for example, we see the push to the upside, right? And the market corrects itself. So that is basically impulse move, correction, impulse, correction. So the market is basically now tightening itself inside these consolidations. You can see these patterns as consolidation patterns. What you need to look for is a breakthrough from either side. So basically, as a continuation, we need to see a breakthrough to continue that particular trend. So it can be in whatever direction you can have, and we use them to basically be able to spot out our breakthroughs. I want to show you guys how we can spot this in an actual chart. So if you look closely here, we have NZD-JPY and a weekly analysis. So let me quickly go to a daily chart. And through our analysis, we can see that we had a support structure here. So the market broke our support structure and retested, acting as now resistance. So we can see that it formed some sort of a continuation pattern. So we use these patterns to be able to spot our entries, and it's one of the things we can use to help you improve your trading. So this is one of the examples that you can use in order for you to identify a continuation pattern. Okay, so the second category we're going to be looking at is reversal patterns. These are the most common, and we see them as a change in a trend. Let's say for example, we see a push to the upside, the market corrects itself, pushes back to the upside, corrects itself, and pushes to the upside. So as you see here, so we're seeing a high possibility of the market now changing its direction to go back down, as we see this as a nice head and shoulder. So we use these patterns as reversal setup. It's an indication for trend followers to be in a lookout for reversal patterns. So another example we can look at is when we see a push to the upside and the market corrects itself and pushes back to the same level. So when the market pushes back to the same level, we see it forming some sort of a channel. So basically we're seeing two tops. So we look for a breakout through the downside. As you can see, it's inside a channel. So the breakthrough to the downside is basically telling us a possible reversal. We see this as a double top. It's also one of the reversal patterns that we use. All these patterns are irrespective of time frames. Time frames are mainly used to suit different trading styles of different traders. Some traders like myself would like to use bigger time frames, while others want to use small time frames for faster movements, as that's how we use them to basically understand volatility. So when you ride a trend, you need to make sure that you need to know the overall direction, because that's what we use to determine whether you should be holding a trade or you should be looking to get out of a trade. So let me show you an example of a double top reversal. As you can see here, we have GBP USD and we're basically inside a buy, and we're seeing this as a possible double top reversal. That's why we're going for long, and that is of course a buy. So you can go into a daily chart. As you can see, that's how we got our price, and we're basically long in this trade as we saw a possibility of a double top, in this case a double bottom. Now here's a tip. This is an introduction to the concept of price patterns. This price chart patterns guide us to know where are we supposed to be trading and what rules we're supposed to follow. In Forex, you don't make money by simply trading, you make money by sitting and waiting for your patterns. It takes patience to wait for your trade to develop and for the opportunity to present itself to you. So let the market come to you instead of chasing the market. Chart patterns are very accurate. They have proven their accuracy and predictability time and time again. You have to wait for them to develop and always stick to proper risk management. As you can see here guys, over 3 weeks trading, and it's only 7 hours and 40 minutes of active trading. Basically the rest was planning and waiting for our setups. So how do we trade? We basically spend 90% of the time waiting for our setups and only 10% of active trading. So I want to show you guys how our YouTube channel is helping out many traders and turning them more into professional traders. So basically guys, I want you to pay attention to the information that we give out there, as we're simply changing many lives. So firstly guys, I want to start off and show you what happened here. Bro, I never thought the thing of doubling accounts was possible, and I can believe, especially from trading such a small lot size. Right? I'm really inspired by YouTube videos. I never missed a single one, and they taught me a lot. I made my first ever withdrawal this morning, and I'm looking forward to many more. And that is basically one of the people. Bro, I'd like to say thank you. I know you don't know me, but you've changed my trading life. I'm now profitable as I've been watching your YouTube videos, and I've learned a lot from them. So basically, this is the thing I want to show you guys. And then we have this one guys who is a programmer and a trader, right? I want to congratulate you on your recent achievement in Forex. Keep up the YouTube videos as you're doing great. As you can see here guys, he's now able to double accounts on a consistent basis, right? Which is still trading a still 3-figure accounts. And basically guys, as you have said, Forex is a journey. So he's now doubled 7 accounts consecutively. And what I want to show you that's more interesting is he sent over very impressive 78% gains with only 19 monthly and 9% drawdown, which is really good guys. You can see the balance is increased, and that's basically what you can achieve if you take our lessons seriously. Thank you. So through our lessons guys, we cover the importance of having 3 levels when you enter into a trade. You need to have a price where you're going to enter, you need to have a price where you're going to close in a loss, and you need to have a price where you're going to close in profits. It's okay to have your trade close in a loss by hitting stop loss, as it will help you get out of a bad trade. So you need to make mistakes in order for you to learn. Mistakes are fine in trading. The problem is repeated mistakes. You repeat mistakes when you don't learn, and you can't learn if you can't review your trades. I want you guys to be aware of this vicious circle. To find success in trading, you need to identify a proven concept of trading. You need to develop a strategy around it. You need to validate your strategy and push yourself in an environment where you're gonna stick to your strategy all the time. Once again guys, thanks for tuning in and watching our videos. Do like and share, as there's a possibility of changing another struggling trader's life. So God bless you and do the most. FS Goats, signing out.